Hello everyone and welcome back to the course. So in the last class we did two programs. In those two programs what we did was we just took two integers and we added them. In the another example we just took few integers and we calculated simple interest based on them. Okay, so let's make those problems a little more interesting. So instead of taking int I equals 10, int j equals 15, we will let the user give us what are the two numbers that user want us to add. For example, user will give us the values of principal, rate, time, and based on these values we will calculate our simple interest. Okay, so what we want now is we want our program to start taking input from the user. Okay, so our program was int I equals 10, int j equals 15, int k equals I plus j, and then I was printing k. Okay, so let us first run this program. So what should be my output? 10 plus 15, that is 25. So the value of k is 25. So my output should be 25. Okay, so let's build and run. Okay, so 25 is getting printed and these two lines are also getting printed. But why these two lines are getting printed? So basically these two lines tells us that your program has finished its execution. Okay. Okay, so before we learn how to take input from the user, I want to discuss one more thing. Okay, so when we write int I, so this line is called declaration. We declared a variable I. When we write int I equals 10, so this line is called declaration plus initialization. And when we write int I, and in the next line when we write I equals 10, so this line is called declaration and this line is called assignment. We declared a variable I and I assign a value of 10 to my variable I. Similarly here I declared my variable I and I initialized my variable I to 10. Okay, so let's come back to our question, how to take input from the user. Okay, so now the thing that I want to change is I want this I and j to be input from the user. So we will use an inbuilt functionality called cin. So we will use an inbuilt functionality called cin. Cin is used to take input from the user, and just like cout, cin is also defined in a file called iostream, which we have already included in our code. Okay, so how to print? For example, int I equals 10, and if I want to print the value of 10, what will I do? I will write cout I. Similarly, if you want to take input, you will write cin I. Okay, so this thing is for printing, that is for the output, and this thing is for input. Okay, so let's see. So int I equals 10, we declared a variable I, and then we will take the value of I from user, cin I. And similarly, after declaring a variable j, we will take the value of j input from the user. Okay, so that is all. Okay, so let's compile and run it. Okay, so my program is running, but how do I know that my program is running? Basically, those two default lines are not getting printed. That means my program is not finished yet. It is still under execution. It is still running. but then why it is not showing anything? Why my black window is empty? So basically what is happening here, my program reached line number 8. Okay, so my program reached line number 8 and it stops. It is waiting for me to give input. Okay, so let's say the value of I is 100 and then enter. And what happened now is my program reached line number 11 and it stops again. It is again waiting for me to give input. Let's say the value of j is 200. So what should be my output? I will calculate the value of variable k, which is I plus j, that is 100 plus 200, and then I am printing k. So my output should be 300. Okay, so press enter and 300 is getting printed. So our code is 100% correct. Okay, so let's take few more values and let's try to run it again. Okay, so let's say the value of I is 2 and the value of j is 3. So my output should be 5 and 5 is getting printed. Okay, so let's make this file a little bit useful as well. Okay, so here we will also do the same thing. We declared a variable p and we will take the value of p input from the user. Similarly, I will declare a variable r and then we will take the value of r input from the user. And same goes for t. We declared a variable t and take input from the user. Okay, so that is all that we have to do. So let's run our program. Again, my program reached line number 7 and it is waiting for me to give input. Let's say the value of p is 1000. Then press enter. Now my program reached line number 10 and it is again waiting for me to give input. Let's say the value of r is 20. Press enter. And now my program reached line number 13 and it stops again. It is waiting for me to give input. And let's say the value of time is 10. And now my program will reach line number 15. It will calculate simple interest based on the values of principal, rate and time, and then it will print simple interest. Okay, so what will be my output? Okay, so simple interest equals principal, that is 1000, into rate, which is 20, into time, which is 10, divided by 100. Okay, so my simple interest is 2000 and my output should be 2000. So let's see. Press enter and 2000 is my simple interest, which is 100% correct. Okay, so now my programs are much more useful compared to what they were before, because now it doesn't find simple interest for fixed values. You can give any values and it will find simple interest for you. Okay, so now we know how to take integer as input. So let's see some more examples. File, new, empty file, file, save file, and then let's say the name of the file is taking input examples .cpp. Hash include iostream using namespace std semicolon. Then I am having int main and then I am having return 0. Okay, so first of all, let's take floating values as input. So float f, declare a variable f and then cin f and then cout you entered f and then end line. Okay, so let us run our program. Okay, so my program is running and it reached line number 7 and is waiting for me to give input. Let's say 2.3. Press enter. So you entered 2.3. So the value of variable f is 2.3. Now let us take double as input. Double D, cin D, and then cout. You entered D and then end line. Okay, so let's run again. So my program is working fine and my program reached line number 7 and is waiting for me to give input. Let's say the value of variable f is 1.57. Enter. And now my program reached line number 11 and it is waiting for me to give input for variable D. Let's say the value of D is 2.04. Enter. So you entered 2.04, which is the value of D. Now let us learn how to take a character as an input. Char C, cin C, cout. You entered C and then end line. Okay, so let's run our program. So the value of f is 2.3, value of D is 2.1, and let's say my character is capital L. Okay, so L is getting printed because the value of variable C is L. Okay, so now we know how to take input from the user. Okay, so that is all for this video. Thank you.